Hello everyone, it's Jennifer. I'm standing outside the Musée de la Vie Romantique, or the Museum of Romantic Life, and I'm about to go in and show you around their new temporary exhibit, which is called Héroïnes Romantiques, or Romantic Heroines. I'll take you around the temporary exhibit, we'll take a quick peek at the permanent exhibit, and I'll also show you their gorgeous rose-filled garden cafe. So come with me. This museum is in the Nouvelle Athènes, or New Athens section of Pigalle. The main pavilion was constructed in 1830 and remains essentially the same today. The first thing you'll notice is the abundance of roses and the romantic color palette. This was the home of Dutch painter Ari Scheffer, who, along with his daughter Cornelia, hosted Friday night salons with the who's who of French romantics. Artists, musicians, and writers like Eugene Delacroix, Franz Liszt, Charles Dickens, Ivan Turgenev, George Sand, and her lover, Frédéric Chopin. The house has been a museum since 1982 and covers 2 floors. Let's take a quick peek inside. On the first floor, you'll find furniture and jewelry from the 18th and 19th century. But the main attraction is the work of author George Sand. There she is. And it's easy to imagine her laughter filling the room, Chopin's music in the background during one of their salons. You can find samples of Sand's writing and her paintings on the first floor, including these watercolors. The second floor is dedicated to the work of Ari Scheffer and his contemporaries. Back outside, it's worth a glimpse around the garden. The Rose Bakery serves tasty treats out of a greenhouse-turned tea room, which you can enjoy outside. The museum only holds 2 temporary exhibits a year, and while the museum itself is free year-round, there is a fee for the exhibits. Let's head inside and visit the Héroïnes Romantiques. This exhibit aims to answer the question, who are the heroines of Romanticism, and how are they represented in the arts in the first half of the 19th century, and is divided into 3 parts. First, heroines of the past, both mythological and historical. Here we find paintings like The Death of Cleopatra by Jean Gigot, where a naked Cleopatra, freshly bitten by a snake, lies in a state described as partway between suffering and pleasure. This pose, by the way, we'll see it a lot. Romantic heroines, am I right? You'll also find many depictions of Sappho, including these statues made of gold and bronze. Mary Stuart, and Joan of Arc, here in a painting by Fragonard, which shows, quote, a pathetic and vulnerable image of the heroine, suspended between heaven and earth, end quote. The most heroic woman is nevertheless under the weight of a natural fatality, delicate of body, of lively imagination, often weak and sometimes moody. Thanks, Jules Michelet. To get to parts 2 and 3 of the exhibit, we head back outside and down a narrow stairway and into Héroïnes de Fiction, heroines from fiction. Shakespeare reigns supreme with paintings like Othello and Desdemona by Jules Robert Auguste, Desdemona Cursed by Her Father by Eugene Delacroix, Romeo and Juliet at the Capulet's Tomb, also by Delacroix, and Ophelia by Leopold Berthe. You'll also find work inspired by Victor Hugo, like Quasimodo Saves Esmeralda from the Hands of the Executioners by Eugénie Henry, Portrait of George Sand by Eugene Delacroix, and Velida by Hippolyte Mandron. Up a spiral staircase, we burst into part 3, Héroïnes en scène, or heroines on stage. Here we find depictions of Rachel, a French actress who lived in the early 1800s and was mistress of, among others, Napoleon III, Prince Napoleon, and Alexander Colonne Waleski, the illegitimate son of Napoleon I. You'll also see actress Guidita Pasta, who played the role of Desdemona in Rossini's Othello in 1825. There are statues, a stunning costume from the 1972 production of the ballet La Sylphide, and the pièce de résistance, film clips of romantic heroines of the past, including The Passion of Joan of Arc from 1928.
Even if you make my soul leave my body, I will revoke nothing. And if I say something afterwards, I will say that you forced me to speak. I hope you enjoyed this glimpse into the romantic heroines of the 18th and 19th centuries. If you'd like to come see the exhibit for yourself, Héroïnes Romantiques will be at the Musée de la Vie Romantique until September 5th, 2022.